The physical body consists of the physical organs and the animal-based brain. It would have as its components the digestive system and the elimination system of the body, along with, of course, all the moving parts of the body, including the five senses. It will need to be tuned and honed to the best possible condition through correct diet, balanced exercise, and right mental attitude. The emotional body consists of the aura surrounding the physical body. In other words, the ethereal body and the sixth sense, the intuition and sensitivity that goes along with this intuition. The emotional body also has use of the five other senses, but does not use the digestive or elimination systems unless it is out of balance. If it is out of balance, this will cause the emotional body to use all the attributes that are really the physical body's concern. This is a sick emotional body that will cause overeating or the purging and vomiting that go with anorexia and those who commit suicide. A healthy emotional body will use the five senses for enjoyment of beauty, not for maintenance of the physical body. The mental body uses the brain more than the other two. The physical body is working on instinct, the emotional body on intuition, but the mental body works on intelligence. It will use the five other senses to help it in its understanding of the world, not for body maintenance or enjoyment of beauty like the other two bodies. The mental body must be in the best shape possible by transmuting bad attitudes. There are too many varying theories of what is right and what is wrong for humanity to do for the betterment of their physical body. Simple living is the answer, the key to all physical needs. Keep it simple. You should treat your body as well as you do your car. It only makes sense to keep your vehicle, your body, in the best shape possible. Does it not? You do this for your automobile. Consider that you need to receive the same treatment. Good tires, grease jobs and oil changes, proper fuel mixture, tune-ups, even at times trips to the garage to repair parts or to get new parts. People need to focus on learning more about a healthy way to eat. As far as certain diets, they should be approached with caution. For instance, the juice diet is not the answer to the formation of good eating habits. It can be used as a viable tool for a cleansing, but it should not last over 1 week. The digestive system was not made to exist on liquids alone. This throws parts of it into disuse, and anything that is not used consistently will deteriorate. Your body and mind cannot take too big a change at one time. You must work into a diet slowly, especially one that radically changes the food you eat. When you have lived your whole life with a different way of eating, to make such a drastic change could prove disastrous. It is not recommended that anyone do this. Even herbs would be enough to upset your stomach and throw you off balance. If you depend on other products and other people's ideas, you will never gain the mind control that is needed to access the youth-giving abilities of your own mind. The mineral content of food is more important than the caloric or fat content. All food should be high in vitamins A and D, more so than B or C, and a high level of potassium. There are mineral supplements on the market that contain a well-balanced distribution of the necessary minerals. They can be located in certain health food stores. This should be the only supplement you need to have. Of course, no red meat and very little chicken, turkey, or fish will be necessary to maintain good health, and certainly no dairy products. Do not forget the water, 6 to 8 glasses a day. As an added precaution, do not use any prepared foods with preservatives or sugar in them. If you need to have a sweetener, you can use honey. You should not drink carbonated seltzer water. Drink filtered water only along with fruit juices. Also, there is a Chinese herbal tea that would be good. Fruit is one of the easiest forms of food to eat. The only problem is it does not pack enough energy into its bulk to sustain the energy that is needed. The addition of nuts and grains and legumes would bring in the correct type of body energy for the digestive system along with vegetables. For breakfast, start your day with fruit and fruit alone. No grains or cereal at this time, just fruit. 2 bananas a week, an apple a day, oranges perhaps 2 a week, and all other fruit. We also advise only 1 cup of tea a day, and this should be blackberry. Tea has a tendency to stop digestion. If drank in the morning, it will be cleared out by the cleansing processes of the fruit. For lunch. For your lunch, have only grains and water. This diet would include anything made with any grain as a base ingredient. This could be any pasta made from a grain, but not spinach pasta. Any bread made from grains, nuts, or seeds, beans would not fall in this category. They would be under protein. The choices for this category can, of course, be elaborated on with seasonings and flavorings. Your bread should not have peanut butter and jelly on it. That would come at the evening meal. A small amount of oil or fruit jam would be acceptable, but basically, plain bread or toast would be better, or rice cakes or oatmeal, cream of wheat, etc. Any cereal will suffice, and any pasta and bread. These are the foods that especially do not want to be in your stomach overnight. Also, the cleansing done by the fruit in the morning will help the digestion of these items. For dinner. For your evening meal, eat protein and grains and vegetables. The evening meal of protein will be ingested on a stomach that will be for the most part empty because of the fruit cleansing that allowed the grains to pass through rather quickly and prevent you from being hungry. At the same time, then, the protein will have a clear field, so to speak, to flow to the cells of the body where it needs to be before the digestive system shuts down for the sleep cycle. The same will hold true with the vitamins and minerals in the vegetables. As far as eating fast foods, you should not eat any, or at least perhaps only once a week. Protein can be in the form of eggs, cheese, meat, or legumes. Your vitamin supplements should be taken in the evening along with the evening meal, not in the morning. This will allow them to be absorbed by the cells. When taken in the morning with the fruit, they too will be cleansed away and flushed out of the body without much good coming from them. Why not sit down and draw up a menu for yourself? Remember, it is the wrong combining of food that destroys most of the benefits for humans. When all fruit goes into the system, it has the opportunity to work by itself on cleansing, so the whole first part of your day is truly a cleansing process. The grains for lunch then give the stomach something to bind them over until the larger meal at the end of the day, which should be eaten well before 8 o'clock p.m. if possible. Nothing should be in your stomach for at least 3 hours or more before retiring. Please give this method a try for a period of 30 days and then assess its value. We believe you will be amazed. You should not go into this way of eating all of a sudden. You can work your way slowly towards it. If you suddenly start eating this way, the adjustment for the body would be enormous and would put you out of balance. Just continue to lean more and more towards this diet. This new way of eating may help take off extra weight. Health foods alone are not the answer, and a diet alone is not the answer. It is the combination of both that will allow you to become slim, willowy, energetic, youthful, and beautiful. Treat yourself at least as well as you do your auto. Go to a higher octane fuel. This would be fruits, vegetables, and protein, but not necessarily meat. Protein in the form of legumes would be best. Experiment more with food. Remember, legumes, vegetables, fruits, and juices, 3 eggs a week only, minimal amount of dairy products, whole grain breads, and real butter and jelly made with natural sugar is all right. Think thin and agile, and soon you will be. The digestive system is a true seat of spiritual power. It is well designed and could be an easily functioning machine if thoroughly understood. All spiritual experiences will take place much easier when an entity's stomach is empty. We want humanity to realize that there is a direct tie-in to spiritual essence through the stomach of humans. This is an area that needs to be thoroughly researched. Remember, it was the splitting of the food factory that in the beginning distinguished the human form from the animal. The single stomach has a much more refined process than that of the animal and works much more quickly to empty itself and send the contents on elsewhere. There is a way to musically tune food that would open up the door to the correct way of eating for everyone. The blood test machine, to be invented through the science of music, will be technology in the future for finding the musical pitch of the blood or the ketone of the blood. This same technology will allow not only each human's ketone and harmonizing tones to be found, but also the very food he should eat can have the tones found in the same manner. The blood test machine will be tested on maple sap instead of blood to begin with. Juice from the fruits and vegetables will give their vibratory rate in the same manner as the blood does. When the correct or matching tone of food to the human's blood is found, it lays out the perfect diet for each one. The fruits and vegetables will be in different octaves of resonance than human blood, but octaves of resonance are the basic method for eating right. After food is found on the octaves, it then goes into harmonizing tones that brings in a whole different group of fruit and vegetables to add to the primary group for each person. When one eats something that is in disharmony with the main vibratory rate of his body, it is setting up circumstances to deteriorate that body. Also in the future, there will be a healing machine invented that can take care of not only the process of determining the vibratory rate of food, but will also do the actual tuning before the food is ingested. This machine will sit on the countertop in the kitchen, and the food will be passed under a light, each food individually, before a plate is filled to be eaten. This is, of course, in the future, but this light has already been invented, although those who invented it have no idea of this usage for it. This machine will also tell you what the body needs to have, and you need only ingest that ingredient. In the meantime, until these two machines are invented, we can try some of the following thoughts on the musical tuning of food. To do this, you need to realize that the notes of the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, match the colors of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Both the musical scale and the matching colors then match up with the 7 chakras of the body, starting with the root chakra, the first chakra, matching the tone of C and the color red, and so forth. You take the color of the food and tune it mentally to that scale before eating it, and then tune the matching chakra in your body to that particular scale. The color will be difficult to determine. It is an intuitive thing. You must look at the food, sense it, and get a feeling of its color vibration or even musical vibration. The first thing that comes to mind will be the most accurate. You cannot go by its actual color. Each thing on your plate will be a different tuning, so you must learn to do this quickly. Even while eating the food, you can do the tuning. Remember, you cannot depend too much on the color. The best criterion is what note of the C major scale does it resonate with. Just mentally go over the scale, and when you find the note, accept it, don't question it, and tune the food to that note. When you get better at this, you can switch to the chromatic scale for even finer tuning. You see, when you tune the food musically, you are killing, so to speak, any vibration that is not in harmony with that scale. Your body automatically tunes into that scale, and you ingest the food tuned to that scale. This will change your eating habits, whereby you eat all of one food at one time instead of a mixture, one bite of this, one of that, and so on. Each different vibration of food must be taken into the body in the key that the food is vibrating to, so the body must shift to that key before the food is ingested. Your body will do this automatically, but it is too much to keep up with when you move around the plate. The value of the food that is not killed is enhanced, sharpened, fine-tuned, and is quickly put to use. The ingredients that are not in harmony pass directly through to the elimination system and do not cling to walls of the inner lining of any part of the body. They are programmed, so to speak, to act as filler to make you feel full, but not to contribute in any way to the system other than taking up space for a short period of time to ease any hunger pangs. The way given to eat previously is in harmony with all this musical tuning. For breakfast, the fruits, when tuned, have a sharpness to them that penetrates the cells and cleanses. For lunch, the grains, when tuned, act as bulk filler, washing and scrubbing out the impurities of the system that the fruit has penetrated and loosened. The rougher the grains and fiber you eat, the more scrubbing and cleansing and collecting of the impurities that is done. For the evening meal, the protein and vegetables and your vitamin and mineral or protein supplements are tuned and ingested, one at a time, into a clean, clear track, whereby the body will assimilate and fine-tune the cells to allow the vibration of the cells to remain very high. As far as actually losing weight, this will come as the mind believes that it is possible and that it will happen. More exercise will give you more energy, which will in turn allow the body to assimilate the nutrients of the tuned food. This process will take about 6 months. It is not going to be a fast weight loss, and it should not be tied to a goal so that you do not lose patience and try some fast diet. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to eat whatever you want as long as you tune it. Because if there is nothing of any value in the food that your body can use, it will act as filler and pass directly through. Therefore, you should not refuse or reject something that in the moment you really crave or feel like having. There is most likely some benefit to be derived from it if you crave it, even cookies or ice cream. These seem to be the two major hang-ups for a lot of people, along with cake and pie. If this new way of eating is followed, you will find yourself not craving them any longer, or will indeed refuse to eat them out of wanting to refuse them, not out of guilt about the weight they will put on you. There is more that needs to be given on this way of eating, but not until after you have experimented with this process. Most people can find the answer to problems with eating through good common sense and the guidelines given here. Remember, it is not a fast method, but it may be the answer to the overweight problems of humanity. Remember, treat yourself at least as well as you do your auto. Go to a higher octane fuel. Most important are the fuel lines and pumping action of the water pump. Clogged fuel lines cause immediately poor performance, and a broken water pump causes burnout. Humanity is not at the point yet where they can ignore what they eat. Just the opposite is true. It is one of the most important things that they should concern themselves with at the present time for many, many reasons. The diet of humans is one of the biggest factors in either holding back spiritual growth or causing it to move forward. If humanity could just learn this one fact, then the whole race would move forward.